Welcome back to the Off the Record podcast. Today we're going to discuss why there are too many DJs and why you need to stand out. And in our opinion, there's only one way to do that. I'm going to tell you not to post flyers on your social media. And instead, I'm going to tell you what you should be posting. And we spent the whole week on the ground at ADE, the biggest dance event in the world. And we asked students, real people, real questions, what they're struggling with in the DJ industry. And we're going to try and answer a few questions to help you with your career. Let's go.
Music, industry talk, stories, equipment and more. We are Crossfader and this is off the record. Off the record. Off the record.
Welcome back. It's been a while. Daniel James.
Lawrence James.
Just us two.
Yeah, me and thee. We are that.
It's been me and thee for like this whole week.
It has, yeah.
We've been in close quarters all week.
Yep.
We was at Amsterdam Dance Event. I stumbled on the intro then. It's the biggest dance.
It's like a dance.
It's not a what is it?
It's not a conference. It's just like an event where everyone from the dance industry meets up, whether it's like equipment companies or software companies and DJs and promoters and all of the above.
All of the above. One question that stood in my mind was somebody was saying to us that like DJs are becoming a bit of a meme because everyone's trying to be a DJ. And from being on the ground and to speaking to big DJs on the podcast, for speaking to students just walking around Amsterdam, there is one big single factor that we're going to speak about, which I think everyone is going to have to move into eventually. But let's just talk about ADE. It was actually my first time there, which nobody could believe. And we've, as Crossfader's, only been twice.
Yeah, second time, yeah.
And that was 2019.
Yep.
Which is it's strange considering when we was on the ground, we had a lot of people obviously listen to this podcast or just fans of the channel, or we've taught you to DJ. And being on the ground in person and speaking to people face to face, means so much.
Yeah.
Like we've said it about 10 times enough, 20 times enough.
Absolutely.
It is so rewarding because you make content, and anyone who's a content creator will probably relate to this. You make content. We're in a studio right now, right? There's nobody here, right? We make a video, you edit it, you press upload. We know people watch, right? I can see the numbers people watch. Until you go out face to face and connect with people and understand what I guess you've done for them, the impact you've had, it's super rewarding. And I've just come back with a new sense of gratitude, but drive to just provide more DJ education, just to build on this sort of podcast even more as well, because it's a big thing. People really connect with the podcast, and it's part of. And I know it's from podcasts I listen to. It becomes part of your weekly routine. When I get in a car, I have different podcasts I listen to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. So when we miss one, I think we missed last week because we're in Amsterdam, and I know that it matters to a lot of people. So thanks to everyone that came out. It was wild. Just give us a recap, Danny, of the things we did, people we saw, what we were up to.
There's so much that went on in those. We were there for 4 days.
4 days.
You just don't stop moving. There's your step count is through the roof.
It is through the roof.
So there was a lab village. I think this was the first time this had happened at ADE. There's a little lab sort of hub area of where some of the things that are going on. So Algorithm were there, Alpha Theta were there, Rinse FM. Quite a few people there.
DJ Pro, Algorithm.
Algorithm, Native Instruments. Which is where you did a panel talk with Native Instruments. That happened on the second day we were there. We went around and just met a lot of people that we see, you say, people that comment on our videos, students, people listen to the podcast, also people that we work with, seeing DJ Angelo, people like that.
DJ Angelo, the Toolroom guys.
Yeah, it's just people that you would usually interact with on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, but seeing them face to face, it's nice to have that actual FaceTime rather than just online.
Yeah, I know a lot of you listening either will have went or might be thinking about going to things like this, and I don't know anyone who doesn't get so much from it, so much value. There's so many unbelievable things happening. I always think back to when I was starting DJing or getting into my DJ career, and things like this just weren't readily available. I know AD's been going for 20 years. It was there, but it just isn't the thing it is now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So there's production workshops going on, and the biggest DJs in the world, like Ketama, Chris Stussy, just talking, telling you how to be, how they've made it.
Yeah.
And there's so much information.
Yeah.
yeah, so the things that we were like involved in on the ground, like Danny said, Native Instruments invited us to be on their panel, which we were super grateful for. Native Instruments are one of the biggest brands in the world in this music industry. We've worked with them for a while now, but to grow on that partnership and have them invite us on to talk about the future of DJing was amazing. So I spent sort of 45 minutes going through a talk of how to get your career to a different level in 2026. And it's from sort of all of our knowledge of teaching students and speaking to big DJs on this podcast was all wrapped up. We will release that full talk on the podcast when we get the clip, the full edit back from Native Instruments, and we'll drop it on this podcast channel. And then a really exciting thing we did was, we hadn't actually talked about it on the podcast because we've not been here for a while. But you've probably seen it if you're on our email list, especially. But you'll have seen it on our socials as well. We have just launched our DJ to producer course. Woo-woo. We don't have any sound effects anymore, do we? We can, but you can't reach it. We actually launched our DJ to producer. Oh my god.
To producer.
We launched our DJ to producer course last week. Yes. It has been our most successful product education that we've ever put out, and that is for a few reasons, and the main reason is this topic, why we're talking on this podcast today, which we're going to get to. It's actually built around what our audience wanted. When you become a customer, when you become part of the Crossfader community, we're always sort of engaging and asking you what you want out of a product, and a lot of it is how to get gigs, a lot of it is making music, but then a sort of niche part of it was that you want to be a producer, right? You want to make music, but initially you just want that first step of making tracks that go in your DJ set, which is just the first, because making original tracks is a long road to you sort of see any success, right? You're sort of making tracks and sending to labels, and it's sort of a different thing. Whereas if you're DJ and you've already got gigs, the easy way is just to start experimenting with music in your own DJ sets, making DJ edits, making the odd mashup, and not just putting a vocal over another track, but really like finessing a mashup to like club standard. And then moving that into original. So that's what we created. So that was the original idea. And then we had a conversation with Toolroom Academy out in IMS earlier this year. Yeah, it was, wow.
April, I think.
Yeah. We had a conversation with Toolroom Academy and Miles at Toolroom Academy, and we wanted to sort of we align in wanting to teach the world how to DJ. They have incredible cohorts of up and coming music producers that have had a lot of success of having tracks signed and coming through and being signed to like Toolroom, for example. And Toolroom is like the biggest dance brand in the world, pretty much. So we had a lot of synergy there. So we wanted to take their expertise and knowledge in music production and then attach our audience of DJs that are just like crying out for this product, which is maybe like an underserved market. There's a lot of people out there who teach you how to make music, millions of course, but this sort of taking a DJ to that next level is what we want to sort of talk about today, and that's why we made the DJ to producer course. So we are Lewis John is one of the Toolroom Academy teachers, came in the studio. We filmed the whole thing. They filmed the course at their studios, and then we did a lot of the social content here, and it's been good, hasn't it? It's been fun to make.
It has actually, been really good.
I think all of us in the office have got inspired through watching the tutorials. It's on Ableton. There's like 35 lessons, and the good thing about it is as well, one thing we took away from like the survey was that people wanted like feedback and like assignments. Because if you're doing a music production course, how do you know if you're getting good?
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
You need somebody to talk you through it. And so through the course, like throughout every sort of module, there's like an assignment, and then there's Discord areas where you can share your music with us, with other people in the community, to get feedback and be like, hey, is this any good? And we've already had a couple of like original tracks been sent through that are fucking sick. So it's really good to know. So all the information is on the DJ to Producer course. Like I say, it's taught in Ableton Live. You can download Ableton for free for the first 30 days, and then you can get 50% off through our education code. It is taught on Ableton by Lewis John from Toolroom Academy. We are in the course as well. There's a bit where he's teaching Jamie how to make DJ edits, and just loads of interesting things. It's not it's not like settings of Ableton.
No, it's more straight into the actual workflow, like from the get-go. And it's really nice at the end as well, like you say, Jamie's in there, but it's Jamie's sort of approaching it from a student perspective in that he's sat with Lewis, the tutor, and he's making an edit from scratch with him. So Jamie is following along with basically everything that you would if you take the course. So it's really nice to see that as well from Jamie.
Yeah, it's been cool to see so many of our Crossfader community take it on. So yeah, all information, I'll put all the links in the description. It is a DJ to producer course. It's on our website as well, but I'll put all the info in the description. And it is sort of the main talking point today. It was sort of blatantly obvious that to take that next level as a DJ involves, and if there's too many DJs, it's $250 to buy a controller. You can buy a DJ course and be up and running in a couple of weeks, a month, in terms of mixing. So if everyone, quote unquote, is becoming a DJ, what is it about you that's going to stand out? So yeah, we're going to talk a little about music production and edits and the rise of the DJ becoming like the rock star. I saw a stat today that for the first time in maybe like 40 years, there's no rap song on the Billboard top 40 inside the 40 top 100.
What is all just dance music?
Dance, pop, country.
Right. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kendrick's fault. He ruined him, and now no one's making radio tunes. But my point is that dance music, the DJ, the David Guetta, the Calvin Harris, the Malpi, that are now
they are the rock stars.
They are the rock stars, and it is obviously blatantly like you need to. We had James Hypeniers, like I can, there's no shortcuts to becoming a famous DJ. You have to make music, and we say make music because the culture has moved a long way. When we started DJing, there was a big sort of battle culture of DJing, which allowed you to be an unbelievably technical, gifted DJ, your SK83, your DJ Craze, your DJ Angelo, and have that as a career. Getting booked good money for playing worldwide shows. Yeah. And it was, there was the Red Bull 3 style, there was Goldie Awards. I know DMC's got strong, but maybe more niched, I guess, towards the US.
Yeah.
There was another one. Which one? I can't remember. But you get my drift. There was loads of these. The culture was really vibrant and really and trendy, but it seems like now it is all more, and you see it in the technology being made, it's all being made towards making music, or even making live music. If you think about like the Groove 6 with the what is that called on the Groove 6? The drummy thing. Groove Circuit.
Groove Circuit, yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's all moving towards that. And I've actually got some stats here. So like the Global Music Festival is growing strongly, and it is now worth $28.7 billion US. Electronic dance music festivals and DJs are a large and growing share of attendance. One report says EDM festivals accounted for nearly 40% of total festival attendances globally in 2024.
Wow.
Which is wild, isn't it?
It is to say where it was like 10, 15 years ago. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And I think that I've had a few conversations with people who run festivals and things like that, and it is there's many factors towards why that is, but one of them is like just the sort of the mechanics of putting on a band or a DJ. Yeah, it's a lot easier. The costs are way lower.
Yeah, logistics are like
the costs are way lower.
Yeah,
you're flying around with a USB.
Yeah,
you're able to put like insane visuals on a screen.
Yeah,
that once they're made, that's just the cost. Yeah. It's done, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors into it, and it was quite obvious walking around AD and speaking to people that is like the next thing on people's minds is, how do we take that next level, and if it's becoming simpler and a lot more tools to be able to just DJ and mix. What is it that makes you going to stand out? You're gonna have to make either great music, you're gonna have to be great at marketing, or a mixture of the two, and then you've got like a superpower. So yeah, it's interesting, and again, that's why it sort of ties back into why we're sort of moving in and leading into music production education, isn't it? Because we know we can't like hide the fact that is now becoming the sort of sole reason that it's going to open up doors for you in your like career.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not everyone wants to be just a resident DJ that plays tunes. You get a lot more people nowadays who are wanting to break through to be that artist level. It just is way more desirable for a lot of people, isn't it?
And the there's a very big blurred line now between DJ producer. You're sort of having to be both things. In the talk I did at Native Instruments, I sort of talked about the sort of 5 main sort of archetypes of DJ now in sort of the modern day, which is like your hobby DJ. You pick up a controller, £250, and you're sort of playing to family and friends, and you're wondering if it's a career path or something like that. Then you got your sort of club DJ, which is like got experience. You're in clubs, you're in venues and bars, you're playing to a live audience. So them skills that you need is like track selection, some skills on the decks, being able to understand the crowd. And then you've got a different sport, in my opinion, which is wedding and events, which you need some transferable skills. Yeah, but it is a different job.
Yeah, 100%.
You need to be an expert on equipment like DJ equipment, speakers, cables, microphones. Yeah. You're going to be playing with possibly other musicians, so you're going to have to figure out how that's going to work. You're going to have to be dealing with clients. Yeah. Like you have to have good business skills to like deal with clients and fulfillment. And sometimes you're going to be planning stuff like a year or 2 years. I get wedding requests 2 years in advance. Yeah. I'm like, it's crazy. And then you got to follow up with clients and things like that. So a totally different job. And then you got the newest realm, which is like the creator DJ. People just making money from having an influence, building an audience. Yeah. Streaming on Twitch, working with brands, going, touring up and down the country, working with you sort of maybe a fashion brand or a makeup brand or something like that. And then you got your producer DJ, which was like the majority of people at ADE, wasn't it? But yeah, ADE is so fun, like just walking around ADE and then you'll just hear drum and bass going off. And you're like, where the fuck can that be coming from?
And a little pop-up in like a bakery.
It's just a bakery.
Yeah. It just catches you so off guard because you're just walking past all these shops that sell they might sell like handbags or shoes or something. And then there's like a nice little like pastry shop here. Then over the road, there's just this crazy rave going on in this tiny little bakery. It's so weird.
It's a little bakery. And I'm like, is that world champion DJ SK83? And it was.
Yeah, it's great. It's such a good place to be for it as well. It's like the perfect location for an event like that.
Yeah, we actually dipped in we spent a couple of hours in this hotel called Roommate. So in there, that's where the Toolroom guys were. So Toolroom, aside from the academy, Toolroom, the brand, were doing like a production workshop all day. Yep. Had like Rewire, D. Ramirez, Sidney Charles, was he there?
Yeah, Sidney Charles.
Sidney Charles. Yeah. And it's sick because they just basically make a tune from scratch and you get to like watch it live. Yeah. It's so
very cool.
So sick. Upstairs, Hospital had a similar thing going on for drum and bass. 1001 track lists were in the same building as well, so they had a big party on in the evening. But again, they were doing some like awards and they had big DJs and doing interviews and things like that. Yeah, bumped into Oscar Elchler, who is part of 1001 track lists, owns Song Stats and was on this podcast, which was one of our biggest podcasts this year. He was there. James Hype and the gang were there. They were interestingly doing like a talk about their Moving Differently vlog, Moving Differently, like YouTube channel. Yep. So they had the whole team there, the videographers. They had Rash, his manager, and Rewire, and really insightful. And it was nice all the questions were really targeted at his team because it's quite interesting to know because James or any famous DJ, you sort of understand, right? They make loads of music, they go and DJ, you sort of understand that. But the team behind what makes somebody famous is interesting.
Yeah, it is to a lot of people because we're living in this world of like such influence at the minute, and it's like people want to see more than just a DJ behind the booth now. Do you know what I mean? It's like they buy into the DJ and the team as like a whole brand. So it's like it's so intriguing for people to see that now.
Yeah. Most DJs are now having. Do you think it's gone full circle? I feel like vlogs were a thing.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and then they just stopped. Yeah.
And now it's back. I think as the Christos has got one, right?
Yeah,
Josh Baker's got one as well.
Yeah, Ketema's got one.
Ketema got one, yeah. So it's just like a thing now. It's just like another side of it.
But these videos do really well. And it's obviously like all the audience who would go and see these people play in clubs. But it's like, I want to see the behind the scenes and what really goes into this and see what actually goes into the live rather than just, they don't just show up and play tunes. There's a lot more to it.
You just understand the person more, don't you?
You do, yeah.
We've actually we've thought about doing it here, but just sort of don't have the manpower to have another YouTube channel. Yeah. We tried to do a mixed channel, and we're going to revive that in the new year. But it's just a lot of manpower.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting that. But yeah, interesting to know what goes on with the team and stuff. And it was interesting. when James was here, he had Wallace, who's his full-time videographer.
Yeah.
And he basically had to like convince Wallace to like not go to uni, to like stay with him, which is like fucking.
It's
a
big
I mean,
deal.
it's worked out.
Yeah. But it's a big commitment.
Yeah. So a lot of the answers and things from big DJs were they have a very high risk tolerance.
Yeah.
To it, you know, they're sort of all in. And
it's like this or nothing.
There's never a plan
There's
B.
no plan B.
And I think that a lot of people, and I put myself in this bracket, a lot of people go to these things like his education and stuff, and they because you think you are doing something, but like, you know, you're taking thousands of courses and you're trying to get all information, but eventually you just got to do the thing.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you can listen to as many podcasts as you want, but you've got to then go do the thing.
Yeah.
Which is what all of these top guys just seem to just do.
Yeah,
like
the whole like 10,000 hours thing.
Yeah.
It's like people actually have to do those hours in order to get the results.
When Estelle came in, she was like, somebody tell me I need to make music. So I just opened Ableton. Like, she was like, I didn't look at any, I didn't watch any tutorials or anything.
Just did the thing.
I just like did the thing.
Yeah,
like,
and learned that way.
Yeah. Which is interesting. But yeah, it is great ADE, and the main thing we did in the night as well, which we didn't speak about, we're talking about Toolroom and the launch of our DJ to producer course. We had a Toolroom mixer, which we'd had planned for a couple of months, and the idea was that we would get our audiences together, you know, find a venue, put some money behind the bar, and have a celebration about our collaboration, but then obviously to celebrate a lot of the students. A lot of our students cross over. Some have been through their cohort and taken our DJ courses. But we also put on 4 of our student DJs.
Yes.
Which was so, like, probably the best part about it, wasn't it?
It was so good, yeah.
It was so cool. So we had Sophie, who came all the way from Brazil. Interestingly enough, I think she took one of our courses, a gigs course. She then entered our Rise DJ competition, and she's part of the Toolroom Academy, like, cohort program.
Yeah.
She came from Brazil
to Amsterdam
to like open up the mixer, and I'm so glad it was like packed for her as well.
Yeah.
She absolutely smashed it. It was like you could tell there was like Brazilian influence in the music.
Yeah.
Like,
she did a great job.
So good.
Yeah.
We had Dante on, which is a Toolroom student. He was class. Me and him actually went to a warehouse rave after, so we're like best mates now. But he was class. He smashed it. And they were all really slightly different. We wanted the music policy to be sort of, because it was attached to a restaurant, like it's a 5-star hotel, this place.
Yeah.
So the music couldn't be like, you know, jungle. It couldn't be heavy drum and bass. It couldn't be like bass house. You know, it had to be sort of, you know.
But everyone fit the vibe perfectly.
But everybody fit the vibe.
It was bang on, everyone.
And people who just came were like ready to just party. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't expect that.
No.
I thought this was just going to be a nice loungy bar.
Yeah.
DJ playing in the background.
Yeah.
A couple of like soulful
Having
tunes.
a chat with people.
Yeah. But it was going off.
It was going nuts. I was in the mix. Then we had so Moonyin is the winner of our Rise Festival, and when we got a video back when she entered Rise, she told us that she'd moved from Australia to the Netherlands. So we were like, hey, we're in the Netherlands. Do you want to come and play for us? So she sort of won 2 competitions in one.
She did.
And she smashed it as well. Like she, not typically sort of her sort of music styles. I think she's more like 140.
Yeah.
But she, again,
Yeah,
just
bang on.
smashed it. And the biggest compliment to her, I was with like the Toolroom guys, like Steve Knight, who owns Toolroom, and a few of the other guys, and they were like, I was having a conversation and she dropped a tune and then they had to stop and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's what you want, man.
That's the biggest compliment. And then is her name Molly Mouse? I forgot that right. I think it is.
Yes.
It is, yeah. She finished it. It was amazing. Like, I was stood next to Rewire at that point and he was like, yo, who is this DJ?
Yeah.
It was sick. So that was really good, just to sort of celebrate that and spend some time. And I know that a few of you listening might have been there. And we had like RSVP. We had like 400 RSVP, and you never know, like, you don't know. It's a free event, and there's like thousands of events, all free events. So you never know who's going to turn up. So we were like, oh my God, what's going on here? But I think like, I would say it's probably like 700 people came. So thanks to everyone that came down. We put a few clips up on online if you want to go and see a little recap. And hopefully we're back next year. And then you ended up at a rave. Fleur Shaw was DJing at a rave in the middle of Amsterdam.
Nice.
Yeah, somewhere else. So yeah, the other thing we did. Here's what I want to talk about. So a clip of mine. I was on met Olivia Mancuso. That's where I was going. Olivia Mancuso, who is from Chicago. She's got a big sort of personal brand. She does events in Chicago for like the dance music scene, and she's been on this podcast. I was on her podcast, and then she posted this clip that went sort of viral, like maybe like 100k views. And one of the things I'm saying is that you shouldn't post flyers. Right?
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Don't post
so
flyers.
Obviously it's a clip. There's no context because
the
clips are designed to sort of trigger you to get you to watch the main thing.
Yeah.
So in the longer version of the episode, I sort of talk about strategies for promoting yourself and marketing yourself, and I flyers are fine. However, I go onto a lot of profiles where it's like just flyers
and nothing else.
Okay. Or like
So you're saying if someone had like a carousel up, you could have like a few clips and then a flyer.
Yeah.
That'd be okay.
I'm gonna give 3 good examples.
Okay.
Like so, let me get the screen recording up. So yeah, basically, without the concept, the clip was saying, hate flyers. Don't just post the flyers. Also, it's like slightly like lazy. Do you know what I mean? If it's like the only thing you're doing, if you're a local DJ and you've got an event on, it's absolutely fine. But I'm talking about in the area of if you're trying to grow.
Right.
Like if you are a local DJ and you put on just local events, and that is your business.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
The context in which I was sort of speaking from was like, if you're trying to grow as a DJ and
Yes.
build an audience,
Yeah.
flyers aren't going to do that for you.
No.
They are going to promote an event, fine, but they're not going to sort of grow your audience. So I've got three different ways. If you're sort of promoting an event or trying to market yourself or trying to get people to your show, your gig, there's 3 different ways. I'll give you 3 different examples now. So the first one is from Crossfader, who is a big artist. He was actually number 26 on top 101 producers.
Big.
So he did just a very simple like a very simple story, like telling people a story about the gig, like how you got there, what it means to you. And it's quite simple, and I know a lot of people don't like being on camera, but this is literally just sort of telling your story about the gig. And yeah, there's big gigs and there's middle tier gigs and there's little gigs, but I do think that you can tell a story sort of any way possible. So this is a very simple thing to do.
Headline show in New York City. Wow. How crazy it feels to say that right now because of how crazy the journey has been the last 2 years in the US. It feels absolutely unreal that the next 18th of October I'm going to be playing finally Superior Ingredients. Since I played Knockdown Center this summer, the feedback has been amazing and we wanted to make this happen. And it's going to be happening finally next 18th of October at Superior Ingredients, one of the coolest venues in the world. And it's going to be special because it's going to be a back-to-back-to-back with Tony Romera and Kasim. So it's going to be more than 3 hours than our music. It's going to be sick. So get your tickets. It's going to be a fire of a night. I'm going to leave you the link here and in my story so you can get it. Thanks to everyone that has made this happen in the US and especially New York because it's amazing. One of my favorite cities out there. And thank you to Grey Area also for supporting us because...
How simple is that?
Yeah.
Do you know
just
what I mean?
tell the story.
And it tells a story and it gives you a bit more of like an emotional connection with your audience.
Yep.
And yeah, I just feel like it's just so much more engaging than just like a flyer. And a lot of some artwork is actually like gorgeous, like it's really nice and well done.
Yeah.
Do you know Stylus' brand, that Compound?
Yes.
They look amazing,
They do.
right?
Very good.
But again, he's very good at content around it.
Yeah.
So it's not just that he's posting and that's it sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that is just one simple way of like just talking about it with a camera. He's just basically, if you can't see it, he's in his car driving. Or he's in the back seat of a taxi, and he's just saying that out loud. He's got the link to the gig in his profile as well. So that is the first one. The second one is us. So we had our mixer, which I mentioned, and another one is just to sort of walk around the venue and explain what is going to happen in the night, because it gives people a sense of what is actually going to sort of happen as opposed to just being like on a flyer. What's this? Who's it about? Who's going to be there? Is it really happening?
Yeah.
And it's just like a walk through the venue. Very simple. Is it this one?
Guys, we are in Amsterdam. It is the AD Mixer presented by Crossfader and Toolroom Academy. We are at Archetypes and Art Hotel, which is just a walk away from the station, from the main station. Follow me and come check out the venue. So when you see the huge flag, it's just to your left. It's Archetypes Restaurant and Bar. Let's go. So as you come inside, you'll be greeted by one of Toolroom Academy or Crossfader. And let me take you into the main dance floor. As you walk into your left, you've got your main bar. We've got over 400 guests already signed up. There will be goodie bags. There's DJs on all night long. We've got a fully stocked bar, and we may even put some money behind the bar. There's also a little chill out area in the corner as well. We'll see you on Thursday from 8 p.m. at Arc Hotel and Arca Bar.
So a little bit of like video editing required, but not, it can be as simple or as sort of edited as you want. Yeah. And that was all done on a phone, right? Yeah. That's like, there's nothing crazy to it. And in fact, the more authentic it is, like the better it is, the sort of more real it is and honest.
100%, yeah.
So again, just a simple way, and the cover of that, the cover of the post is the flyer. So yeah, that's number 2. The second one, if you want to post flyers, again, I'm not saying don't post flyers, but use it through a carousel. Again, tell a story, but also you should have some you should have some video clips of you DJing by now. Like, you should have a decent amount of content.
Yes.
If you are a DJ, you should have clips of you DJing. So throughout the carousel, show me what I'm going to come and see. So if you haven't DJed at this a club yet, and you've got or you don't have the ability to go and do a walkthrough or something like that, show me what you're about, because you can. This also gives you an opportunity to sort of go viral beyond just your audience, because it'll be shown to people's home feed. So this SK83 does it really well. So you can see on the first image is the flyer. So he's playing at this event, Stromwork in Dresden. So that is the flyer. So you click through.
Dresden, was geht ab am 27.12.
But then he's talking about the event. So again, very personal.
Yeah.
Talking to camera, super simple. It's just got some captions on there.
Über 1200.
Then the next slide is him DJing. So it's like a selection of his best clips of him DJing. Tune, by the way. The next slide is again the flyer.
Right.
The next slide is a bit more information about the flyer. Like, I'm guessing I don't speak German, but probably like location, time, etc. And then there's just more clips of what you can expect. So if I'm local to that, like wanting to go to a party, I'm like, this guy's on. Yeah. This guy, I'm like, yeah,
100%. Yeah.
So that is just 3 sort of different ways that you can sort of market yourself or market your event and promote your event.
Yeah.
That isn't just posting like flyers, because there's a lot of people saying just post flyers.
Nah.
And then I go on the profile, and there's no followers, there's no engagement.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fine. Again, if you've got a local business and you're doing local parties, that is totally fine. But if you're trying to grow,
I think you've got to think like, what's going to stop the scroll?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone just sees text of a lineup, 9 times out of 10 you're going to think it's an ad, and you're going to scroll straight past it. Like, no one's going to really engage with that. So great examples.
I just hate going on profiles that have just got all flyers.
Yeah.
Minging. We like I say, we did a talk for Native Instruments, and afterwards we left like 20 minutes for Q&A, and Danny was in the audience filming, Eve was as well, and we had some questions from people that follow Crossfader, people that had just turned up to the talk, and we wanted to like collate them and just share what the questions were about, because they were really interesting, and I'm glad that. And they were really like purposeful as well, and I think that a lot of people took a lot away from them.
Yeah.
Have you got questions?
I do have the questions. Yeah. They're actually all really good. When people are asking them, I'm like, you're asking the right things.
Right things.
They were good.
Yeah.
Right. So question number 1 was, should I target DJs and producers to grow my fan base?
Yeah, such a good question that I really wish it was in the talk.
Yeah.
Because I have actually talked about it a lot on this episode, especially when James came in as well, and. That's the first thing you should think about when we talked about making music and making DJ edits or bootlegs. The first audience you're going to get are DJs.
Yeah.
That are going to buy your music and be fans of yours, because you're all in like the same boat. And I think that's where you can really start to grow a fan base. I always sort of tell a story about when James Hype was making a different DJ edit on DJ City.
Yeah.
Every single week.
There was always something, yeah.
And there was always hard. So what would happen is he'd give you a free DJ edit, you would play it out, it would go off. So that trust over time just built and built to a point where I wasn't even listening to them before I was playing them.
You just download straight away.
Like, and a lot of DJs do that.
Yeah.
And we are like the obsessive, the producers and the DJs, we're like the ones that wanna know all the music. We want loads of music. We want to download music, and we're on DJ pools and we're on streaming services first, you know, before you sort of think about like Josh Baker, who grew an audience through his like Syntho channel of like music producers.
Yeah.
So that when he releases a song, like that loyal group of people are just ready to like die, die for him sort of thing. So 100% that you should start thinking about building an audience from DJs and producers first, definitely.
Absolutely. Second question is, I'm not getting the reactions to my transitions. What can I do?
Yeah, remember this guy who was sat like near the front, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it was interesting because, he wasn't getting the reactions he wanted to, but I asked, like, where are you actually playing at the minute? And he basically just said he was playing at restaurants and friends' parties. So that's like, you need to set like your expectations of what it is you're trying to do. Because if you're playing at restaurants, if you're just playing for friends, it's not going to be you're not there to do the same thing. You know, we talked about weddings and the corporate events being a different sport.
Different environments, yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
You're there to just like be part of like the ambience. Or like if me and Danny went to like Joe and the Juice in Amsterdam, and there was like a DJ in there. He's not like trying to get people to fucking mosh pit.
It's just a bit of background vibes.
Exactly. So you got to set your own expectations for what it is, and also what is going to be good about that is if you're just getting into like restaurants or like playing at Joe and the Juice, it's just good to get the nerves out of just playing live without any expectation.
Yeah.
So that when you do have 200 people in a club waiting to like go off, you sort of, them nerves aren't there. You can really sort of get your head up and think about trying to react to a crowd a bit more.
Yeah, I think one thing as well for this, and like I can say this because we've been to a restaurant together at some point and heard DJs who've been playing there, and it's caught us.
Yeah,
and I'll say it's not the transition; it's the track selection.
Definitely,
like because you'll play something that's like it could be an absolutely chilled vibe, but it catches you like, oh, I've not heard this in ages, and then that is the reaction. But it's not a reaction as in like let's flip the table and get some shots. It's like you do get it though.
Yeah, or like in that instance, like it would be just off chance, like there's DJs in there.
Yeah,
a DJ will come up to you, say this is sick, and then you've got a connection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it can happen.
Yeah.
Next is, when do I need a manager?
Yeah, that threw me, that one.
This one did me as well.
Yeah, but fair question, and I think that having the lofty goal in your mind, is great. Like seeing that, like famous DJs have managers. Like, when am I going to need that?
They do.
It is a long way down the road, and you made a good point. Like when you need a manager, you will need a manager.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. You'll know when you need a manager because they will be approaching you. That's it.
And we again spoke to so many DJs doing multiple millions of Spotify streams, multiple monthly Spotify streams, who don't have managers.
Yeah,
just have the booking agent will come first.
Yes.
And a booking agent is different to a manager. A booking agent will act on inbound opportunities that people want to book you. They will take that. They will also have basically a roster of like festivals and nightclubs that they will pitch to you.
Yep.
That isn't a manager. That is just a booking agent. But that is something that when you get to a decent level, that is the first thing you will get. Even when I was just doing like viral videos, I had a booking agent. And it works both ways, that inbound opportunities will land on their desk, and they will also try to actively, because they work on commission, so they will actively try and get you gigs. But a manager, again, if you think about a full-time manager, you're probably going to have to start off with a salary of, something like 50, 60 grand, and then you're going to have all the expenses traveling around the world. So, until you're making 200, 300, 400 grand a year, you're gonna have to probably spend 80 to 100k on a manager.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just full time. So it's a long way down the road, but it's something to think about. But yeah, booking agent is like the first thing you need to be like, okay, how can I get fans? Step one, and then how can I get a booking agent? Which they'll find you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Next one is, are DJs becoming a meme? Everyone wants to be a DJ, so how do we stand out?
Yeah. That's the whole point of like this podcast.
Yes.
You'll see the thumbnail. What I think, again, taking all of the stuff we learned in ADE, making music is the thing that will unlock all the doors for you. Going hand in hand. I spoke to a guy who just moved to Ibiza to try and elevate his DJ career, which is good, great, you're in the Mecca, but he wasn't really making that much music yet. So it's like, you've got to get that off the ground first of all. People are going to large-scale festival events to see a DJ, and they want to go see the DJ, play the music. Whereas, you know, maybe 10 years ago, it'd be like you might want to go and see the DJ perform.
Yeah.
And I mean like technically perform, like 4 decks and mashups and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I just really want to go and hear the music they're making. So it is that. Also, the thing is storytelling. With everyone becoming a DJ, how are you going to tell your story? Somebody in the front row was asking, you know, if you're a bit of an introvert, how do you sort of stand out? And it's not about standing out, but it's about how you turn how you tell a story to a fan.
Yeah.
And no story is too big or too small. Like if you've just got a couple hundred followers, you know, screenshot it, and then in 2 months you might have 500 followers. And screenshot that, and you might just put your first track on Spotify, and it might have got 100 plays. You might put your second one on, it's got 1,000 plays.
Yeah.
That's part of the story, and you should be documenting that all the way. And that's not, you're not trying to like stand out in front of people. You are just telling people your story and trying to get them to buy into like the journey of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a really good part of this as well is like people buy into authenticity as well. So you don't suddenly have to change who you are to suddenly try and stand out. Like if you're an introverted person, you don't suddenly have to become this like Fisher knockoff where you're like making all jokes and stuff. It's like people will buy into you for who you are if you're genuine. This
is why, again, it goes back to why the vlogs are popping up as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just get to know the person. And all, you know, you talk about Ketama, Chris Stussy, James Hype, they're all completely different people, and some people resonate with other people, and you know, Ketama, would you say a bit more like rock starry, but like, you know, Fred again is a bit more like genius. James Hype is just more like storytelling. There's so many different archetypes of personality that you can fall in love with, and different people resonate with different people.
And the audience is 100% out there. It's like it's for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are.
7 billion people in it.
Right, last one is, do DJs need to perform in 2026 to stay relevant?
Yeah, this was I can't remember his name, but he was basically, what we mean by perform is the DJ becoming more of a show.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of clips online of people, whether they might have like a dance routine or it might be like visuals, or, you know, James is very expressive, or there's a lot of, and I didn't really give her like a cut yes or no answer of anything. It is interesting because it is a part of the DJ industry that is growing. The performance aspect, you know, you talk about like sort of standing out in everyone being a DJ. It is a performance aspect, and if somebody can perform, you know, online and it's a show, it does give you an edge, not an edge, but like, you know, somebody will like that.
Yeah,
somebody will like the performance of it. But again, it does go into, think about all of the big DJs who are headlining. They're all so different that just because somebody is putting on a big show and you know, dancing or whatever, doesn't mean that you have to. But if you want to do that,
you can.
You should probably use that. You know, if you're funny, be funny. If you're quiet, tell your story quietly. But it is interesting because I don't want to just say to people, oh no, you don't have to like perform when you're DJing, because I don't think that's right either.
No,
I don't think it is. I think a performance is part of it, and especially now, like especially today's modern DJ. So I don't want to be like, oh no, just, you know, be like, you don't have to do any of that. But
there's just different ways of performing.
There is, 100%. 100%. Yeah, guys, please go and check out DJ to Producer course. Like I say, it's been one of our most successful products. I want to thank the whole Toolroom Academy team for helping us bring it to market. And yeah, you can go and check it out. DJ to Producer course as well. And just all information is on wearecrossfader.co.uk. We're also coming to Rise Festival, which you'll hear a lot about in the next few weeks. It's a festival in the French Alps. We're doing workshops there, podcasts, interviews, mixes and stuff. So if that's something, there's still tickets left, I believe. So if you want to go and be around us or famous DJs, there's loads of tickets available. So yeah, check that out as well. Thanks for listening. We'll probably be back next week, even though I'm on holiday, so maybe not. So it might be 2 weeks. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Bye.